What? Is this silly time yet? Okay, we gotta give a few more second breaks till silly time. It's so close to silly time. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for silly time. Silly time. What if I were to just... We're gonna go a little early. We're gonna go a little early because it's silly time. Hi everyone. Hello. Okay, I don't have, because I don't have arm tracker on today. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the sleepover. Hello. Welcome to my little sleepover that we're doing. We're having a little sleepover here. It's gonna be fun. So yeah. What's the occasion? No occasion. No occasion for me. It's just I wanted to have a fun little sleepover with you guys, you know? We'll get some talk, get some talking, get some yapping. Hello Gerdan, welcome to the stream. Welcome. We are doing a silly little sleepover stream today, cause why not? I thought I'd invite you into a new bed and we would just sit and talk and eat cake and strawberries. And yeah. I wanted to do a fun one today. Dude, I've been stressed out of my gourd. This is supposed to be yesterday's stream. Yesterday's Wednesday stream. But I fudged my numbers yesterday and thought it was Tuesday or Thursday when it was in fact Wednesday. So I mixed up the dates, which is why we're here today instead of a different day. That's my fault. That's my bad. That's me being silly and doing the stupid. Quickly do the repost on the Twitter so they know I'm actually live. Let me get back in here so I can see everyone chatting. Hello. It's gonna be a nice, calm day. Yo, what's up, Like a Cream? What's up, Spectra Phantom? And welcome to the stream. It's a fun day. We're gonna be sitting here and we're gonna just kind of chat, you know. I like chatting with you guys. It gives me the good stuff. It gives me the good brain. I've got some apple cider here today, actually, which is different than my usual drink. Because we're starting to get into fall. I'm so excited. I myself am a big fall girly. I'm gonna bring you guys closer so I can so I could say I am a big fall girly. I love fall. I've always loved fall. It's like the weather's just the right temperature where it's not too hot, not too cold. It's really pretty and there's less pollen in the air. So as I think me and Callard mentioned last time, I have a pollen allergy that's really bad. So in the spring, I'm like, knocked out, needing Sudafed every day to just, not die. Yeah, I assume you love pumpkin spice latte? I absolutely do. I absolutely love pumpkin spice. One moment. This is what I get for starting my stream when, hello, oh my god, are those little ferrets? In fact, yeah, I got little ferret plushies in the back. But yeah, this is what I get for starting stream, a little earlier in the day, is I get a little bit of scuff. A little bit of IRL scuff, but it's fine, It should be fine. But yeah, we're just working. It's been a really weird couple of days. But that's just how it works. Little cute little ferrets in the back. I originally had them kissing. I can't pull them up and make them kiss right now, but they were kissing earlier, and I had to tell, like, no kissing. Too cute. It It would send chat into it would send you, not an aneurysm. What's the other thing? It would give you guys a heart attack from how cute it was. But yeah, so today is a fun day. Today is yeah. I have snacks with me today. I have cake and I have strawberries. They aren't as pretty as the cake and strawberries next to me, but they're really pretty and they're nice. And they satisfy their job. But yeah. But yes, I love pumpkin spice lattes. I am a big fall girly. I absolutely adore fall. Me has chips. Ooh, chips. Careful, they might eat the cake. They're not gonna eat that cake. They know what's better for them. They know what's better for them. They ain't gonna do anything. Because they know that I can just pick them up and yeet. Right into the wall. I can eat them into the wall. But yeah, I ain't gonna do that though. I'm gonna be nice to the fuzzes. To the fuzzes. Do they like the American Forgiveness Day in November? November. Do you mean Thanksgiving? Still winter's better though. I like fall. So winter's just a little too cold. Winter's a little too cold for me. I see snow on the ground and I get cold. So like snow is just not fun. Plus then I can't go outside on walks, and I'm just like I like staying inside, yes, but I like to have the option to go outside if possible. And I can't do that in winter because it's too cold. Winter's my fave too. Second would be autumn. I hate summer. I'm a little in between on summer. I hate the really hot months in summer. I hate like really I hate when it's like super duper hot. I like beginning of summer when it's like stormy and rainy. Cause then it's warm, but at least you get the at least you could stay inside. Or have an excuse to stay inside, I should say. Same with fall though. You can either stay inside or you can go out walking. One word. Ooh, that is a good point. Mosquitoes as well. I used to work remotely. 25 to 8. Last winter has actually made me go to the office and it ruined winter for me. It was so cold. Oh god, that sounds horrible. Also, Sync Goblin Man, I think this is our first time seeing you in chat. Hello. If it isn't, I'm very sorry. I'm just really bad. My brain is in the gutter today. Literally, it's like, if you've seen Shika Noko 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 Koishtantan, I feel like somebody's grabbed me by my pigtail and just like plopped off my head and took whatever was inside of there and then just threw it into the gutter with all the leaves. But yeah. Sync facts. Syncs are great dancers. They're especially fond of tap dancing and synchronized performance. Wow, Sync. Wow. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at the joke, but it is funny. It is funny. Puns are the highest form of comedy. Puns are the highest form of comedy. Blech. Calamity. Yeah, calamity. That's what we'll go with. Guys, my brain is fried. I've been slowly but surely frying my brain. Whether it be working on things in the background, or networking, or playing League. My brain feels like it's fried. Sync Goblin? I feel like I met you in another chat before. Could he sync fact from you again? Yes. Very good. I like syncs. Syncs are silly. I used to okay, I don't know if anyone else has this like weird core memory, but apparently a lot of people from my area do. It's the core memory of like your parents bathing you in the metal kitchen sinks. Like, is that just a me thing, or is this like an actual thing that a lot of parents used to do? Because like, for example, the little baby bathtubs that you put inside the bathtub, you know, they're hard to move around, and it's hard to store them because they're so big. So instead of doing that, you just bathe the baby in the sink until they're big enough to go into the tub. Right? Is this a weird US thing, or is this just like a everywhere else? Is there still like a normal thing everywhere else too? I'm curious. I love winter probably because spending so much time with my family. That's fair. That is fair. That might be the other reason why I don't really like winter that much, is because in my house, we had a lot of like things going on in winter. So in November, we have family members' birthday parties, then Thanksgiving, and then we have my parents' wedding anniversary, early December, and then late December is New Year's Eve and Christmas. And I had a mother that overplanned for everything. And every family gathering was like this big elaborate thing, like a big elaborate party kind of thing. And it was just like, it would stress her out so much to the point where she'd be yelling at everybody. And it's like, if it stresses you out so much, then why, like, I get you want everyone to be happy for family gatherings, but why not just ask someone else to host it this year? Like, we have other family, they could just host it as well. No, I got bathed in the sink too. I think I should sue for Shelby's. I don't think it's a Shelby's thing. I actually think it's very cost effective to bathe the babies in the sink. Plus, you get funny little sink baby photos. It's silly. I think the whole sink baby thing is case by case basis. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hello, Snow Starkey. Welcome to the stream on YouTube. Hello, welcome in. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think I've talked about parental stuff before, but like, it's just some things that parents do is weird. I can understand things like this, like bathing in the sink. I don't understand the whole whipping yourself into a tizzy just because it's the holidays, and just because like, oh, you have to make sure the entire house is clean. You got to make sure that everybody looks presentable. You have to make sure that, like, basically, at least in my family, I don't know if this is the same for everyone else, but in my family, everything had to be, like, picture perfect whenever people came over. So it was, like, a whole thing. And there's always this, like, big tension in it. If being washed in the sink is a baby thing, are bathtubs big boy sinks? You know, you might be onto something, Yelly. Bathtubs are just big boy sinks. Yeah. Bathtubs are just giant big boy sinks. And I think we should respect them as such. Do your dishes in the bathtub. Do your dishes in the bathtub, and then make yourself like a wooden plank thing to put on the other side so you also have a drying rack. And then that's when you're not using your bath stuff. Why do I feel like someone has done that? Someone has definitely done that for like a tiny house where they haven't had a sink, but they have had like a bathtub. And like everything is all there. Mind blown. We're thinking about the really important things here on the Laika Cream channel today. Or a page if it's Twitch, I guess. Is Twitch a page or is it a Twitch channel? Because I've heard it both ways. I've heard people say my Twitch page or my Twitch channel. I've also heard people say YouTube page and YouTube channel, but I know it's channel on YouTube. I don't know if it's the same for the funny purple app yet. I mean, it's twitch.tv, so it makes sense that it's a TV channel. But, like, YouTube is just youtube.com. So it makes less sense for YouTube to be a YouTube channel, but they still use YouTube channel. So I don't know. I'll take a sip because I'm yapping. Dude, I absolutely love fall. Twitch is burden. No, Twitch isn't a burden. They're silly over there on Twitch. Twitch isn't the burden. If anything, Restream's the burden, but that's just because I need it to go on both Twitch and YouTube. And then you're having to deal with Restream crashing every other day. Or every 2 weeks. Lol.tv domain belongs to YouTube. What the fuck? Apparently they make 10% of their GPT. What is... Those are words that I understand. Those are words that I understand, yes. But lol.tv domain belongs to Tuvalu. Tuvalu? Tuvalu. Apparently make 10% of gross domestic product. Okay, I think that's what that is. Their gross domestic... You want to go? YouTube chat? Oh no, it's starting. You see, I have the little ferrets back there. The white one is the the one that's completely white, the snow ferret, is Twitch chat, and the YouTube ferret is the one with the little eye mask over their eyes. So they look silly. They look silly. It's the two of them. Is a country in the Pacific Ocean, Tuvalu. Oh, okay, okay. There's enough cake for both of us? Yeah, there is. Hold on. Hold on, let me pan the camera over just a little bit. Yeah, there is. There's enough cake for everyone. I made sure we had a whole cake here. And there's a knife in the cake, too, so we can easily cut it and serve it. I just have my cake with a little thing. But yeah, as you see, there is enough. Also, I didn't do my thing that I was meaning to do on here. Hold on. Warudo. Open up the whole Warudo. Drink time? Hello, Do. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I gotta quickly do a little thing that I forgot to toggle on when I was doing Warudo today. I want the whole cake. What? What? Can I... Okay, there we go. Now it's opening up. I'm like, why are you not opening up properly? And then it popped up an error code, and I was like, oh no, is this gonna crash? Let me quickly... move it. Yes, there we go. Now it looks like how I like it to look. Now it looks like how I like it to look. I like it to have that kind of handheld camera motion. Just because it gives an extra little oomph to it, you know? Makes it a little nicer to look at. Makes it look more aesthetic. Fuck, I love your sets, like the library one and the forest one. Yeah. So all of the sets that I use in the streams are all free to use on in the tracking app that I use. I use the tracking app Warudo. Well, is that? I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Warudo. Warudo. It is a 3D motion capture software, and the community has a lot of different funny little backgrounds that you can use. So I like to use this one because I like to use all of them. But this one I decided to use for this one because it was really comfy and cozy, but still really cool and chill. And I liked it. Zawardo. Exactly. It's 1 a.m. for you. Jesus, Yelly. Yelly. If it's 1 a.m. for you, go sleepies. Go sleepies if you have to. Hello, hi. Working, so I can't really be present, but I'm here. Hello, Callard. Welcome to the stream. Hello. But yeah, there's enough cake for everybody. You gotta share. At worst, I'll order another cake. It'll be fine. They're just standing there going, They're staring at each other and the cake at the same time. They have nothing to do. They have no clue what they are doing. They're just... It's silly. They're being extra silly today. It's pizza time for Callard. Ooh, pizza. Pizza pie. That reminds me. We were talking about fall and pie earlier. I gotta know the community opinion on this, because I need to know if you guys are correct or if you guys are absolute heathens. But what is the stance on pumpkin pie? What is the stance on pumpkin pie specifically? Because I love pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is my favorite. I absolutely adore pumpkin pie. It is so good. It is the one thing that I ask that we always have at Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house, because she makes really great pumpkin pie. But yeah, pumpkin pie is delicious. I love pumpkin pie. Staring contest between Chat's winner gets a bigger slice. Oh no. The Twitch versus YouTube war wages on. It continues. Currently, actually for the past couple of streams, Twitch is the one that's been winning. We've been having a lot more viewership over on Twitch, which is surprising. I don't think I've had pumpkin pie, sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Just, if you ever get the chance to try it, try it. Because pumpkin pie is delicious. It's delicious. Think of a pumpkin spice latte, but it's solid pumpkin mass. and it's really good. It's actually why pumpkin spice tastes like pumpkin spice, because pumpkin spice is originally the spice mixture that you would put in a pumpkin pie. Well, I requested pumpkin pie for my birthday, and my boomer pops hates America. It's like, lol, Americans have brainwashed you. Americans have brainwashed you to like damn pumpkin pies. I don't even think pies are an American thing. That's more like, pies are very much like more, well, like, to be fair, sweet pies, I should say. Sweet pies are a very American thing, but pies themselves are a very British thing. Like, especially, okay, another thing that I might get a little bap for. I also really, really like meat pies, like shepherd's pie. I really, really like steak and mushroom pie. There's a stall at the local farmer's market where Carolyn lives, and we ended up picking up a really nice shepherd's pie from there. Or, not a shepherd's pie. It was the steak and mushroom. It was a steak and mushroom pie. And it was fucking delicious. It was like the best meat pie I've ever had, and it was so good. And all we had to do was bring it back to Carolyn's apartment, plop it in the funny oven, and then let it bake for a little bit longer, just so it could be heated up and warm when we ate it. And it was really good. May not have experienced pumpkin pie, the pie of pumpkins. However, pumpkin soup slaps. Spoop. It's spoop. Pumpkin soup definitely does slap. Pumpkin soup is good. To be fair, I love all kinds of soup. Pumpkins are native to America, though. Shepherd's pie is not a pie. Not if you don't put it in a crust. You could have crusted and non-crusted shepherd's pie. I like crusted shepherd's pie, which is where you bake a pie crust and then put the shepherd's pie into it. So that's what makes it a shepherd's pie. Sometimes you forget how much of a foodie you are. It's not a bad thing by all means. I like cooking. I'm bad at cooking myself, but I love cooking, and I love having other people cook for me. But yeah, I'm a big foodie. I like my food. I like it. It's yummy. I talk about food a lot. That, and there's also a big thing with food. And this is something that I actually had kind of learned in one of my early high school classes. Because I learned, instead of taking traditional English classes, my senior year, I took a film and literature class, and I took a comic book class. Like a class about literature through comic books. Because special. Anywho, one of the things I learned in those classes was that food is the great equalizer. The best way to connect with somebody that you have nothing else to connect with is to connect with the one thing that you'll most likely or most definitely have in common, which is food. You can talk about your food in some different recipes. Because this, like, in media, I'm going to teach you a little thing about media literacy. And it's an interesting thing that you can look out for. Because almost every single show and movie does this. And it's basically, when you're watching your favorite show, watch the way the characters eat together. Specifically, one of the best examples that I can give is like, what is it? Like Lord of the Rings is probably the best one. There's a scene where they're all like eating, and like even the hobbits are constantly eating, and they're constantly offering food to others. It's a way to show their charismatic personalities and the way they care about themselves and others, and, you know, making sure everyone's taken care of, as opposed to like the elves who like I can go on about it, but, and like the scenes where like the dwarves are like not wanting to eat with them, or there's like a specific character that doesn't want to eat with them. If you see that there's a specific character, like if you're looking at a character scene and the characters are eating together, specifically keep in mind which characters are and aren't eating together, because that can show you a lot about the personality and dynamics. Is it common in American to offer food to people stopping by your house? Yesn't. It's very Southern culture kind of thing. It's a very Southern culture kind of thing, and it depends on how long that person's stay is going to be. Like, for example, the best way I can explain it is, like, if you have a family member stopping by, it is, like, a big thing. You can offer to eat with them, or you can offer them like a food or a drink. It's just a way of showing them that you trust them and want them to feel comfortable in your presence. But like, I know in some places it's customary to even like give like salesmen or like even Amazon drivers leaving like snacks out for them. Some places do it. A lot of places don't, though. It's not like a common thing. Basically, if you're wanting to build up a good reputation and good standing with somebody, usually offering them food is an easy bet to do that. In my great home country of Bulgaria, we make puff pastry with pumpkin and cinnamon thing. Ooh, that sounds so good. You like all soups, Laika? I challenge you to the greatest soup of all time, the ocean. Oh no, we're not gonna hit. Yes, ocean soup is just a various mixture of fish and clam soup. I will try and drink it. I'll take one for the team and I'll drink some of the ocean water as it is the soup. We're gonna have to boil it first just to make sure there's no decontaminants in there, but it's soup. I think there's only one soup that I have not liked, and it's cream of corn soup. I don't like corn soup. Corn soup is the only soup that I have actively disliked. It's a little too sweet. I don't really like sweet soups. And fish poop, that's why hey, listen, Spectra. That is why we boil it out. So that way all the contaminants are dead and gone and not gross and icky. You boil it out and you strain it, so that way you're not getting any of the guckies. Nothing like a warm meal with the fellas. Nothing like a warm meal with the fellas. Dude, a warm meal goes a long way. To be fair, I also had to write a report on this, where we had to specifically talk about a scene in film or media with characters eating together. And, like, okay. Another thing that we talked about in that class, because it was a class of seniors, we were allowed to talk about more mature shows and topics. And one of the interesting things that we talked about is specifically, like, Hannibal Lecter from the Hannibal TV show and from the Silence of the Lambs. And how it was one of the shows that was really, really unconventional in the way it described eating. Because it was this... Basically, for those of you guys who don't know, in the show, Hannibal cooks up people for other people to eat, but doesn't tell the other people that it is actual humans, which is deceptive by nature, and it shows their deceptive, cunning nature, whilst showing that they are sadistic and kind of mentally fucked up, because you don't just feed a person another person, especially without their consent. It's a whole fucked up thing. But yeah, meals can tell you a lot. Meals can tell you a lot. Food is a very important facet in civilization and culture. Food is like probably one of the most important things in human history and in every human's life. You're always gonna have some kind of favorite food. So like, it's interesting to talk about. But yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of my cider. Let's see, what else we got on the docket here that we could talk about? So I already talked about food enough. I've talked about so much. I haven't even taken a bite of my cake yet. I made a cake, and I have not tried any of... I've tried it, but I haven't gotten into my piece at all that I have, so... Yeah, we're talking about food, Zora. Nom, 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 nom. Made a cake. What kind? I made an apple cake. An apple spice cake. It is a apple cinnamon spice cake with a simple glaze. And I used too much egg in it. I used way too much egg in it, and it's very, very eggy. And I'm like, eh.
Like, the first bite I took of it, I could really taste the egg. But getting into the other side of the cake, it doesn't taste as bad. So I think it's good. A thing I found out about the ghost, actually. The ghost does not like cake. The ghost thinks that all cakes are pretty much too sweet. They very much don't like sweet foods. So it's been like, But yeah, it was very eggy. The recipe called for like 3 eggs and like 1. It called for like 3 eggs and 1 cup of sugar, and then 1 cup of flour, and then I think 1/4 a cup of any kind of fruit juice, and I chose to use apple. Specifically, I got apple juice that had no artificial sweeteners and no sugars in it. So it's just straight up apple juice. I'm drawing right now. Ooh, I hope you have fun drawing. Drawing is good. It's good to practice. I used to make cakes as a team, but my dad told me it's... Ooh, that hits hard. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, Spectra. I love red velvet cake, by the way. The way I'd explain it to them. If you like to make cakes and you like that kind of stuff, just say, what you say in that situation is, oh, so it's gay to provide for my family. Because baking is an essential resource. Baking and cooking is an essential resource that you will need to feed your family. So for them to say it's gay is to say that providing for your family makes you a homosexual. Which doesn't make any sense. You hit them with the, so you don't want me to be a good parent and provide food for my children. So you want me to be neglectful and abusive of my children. You take what they say and you take it to the furthest point, and that's how you win against the idiots. I gotta go eat now. Ooh! Have some good food. Eat well, Zora. I think, I haven't had a cake with apples in it in quite some time. I remember enjoying a bit of dried apple pieces. Ooh. That probably would have been really, really nice. If I had been able to get the time to dry out some apple pieces and add it into the cake, that would have probably given it like a really nice, like, extra little bite of texture, but I wasn't able to. I just did the normal. This is the same way I made a lemon cake a couple weeks ago. I made an apple cake. The apple cake is the same way I made the lemon cake, except for I made it with the apple juice instead of the lemon juice, and it turned out alright. It doesn't have as much of a punch, though. If someone calls bacon gay, it just means they won't get a slice. Exactly. I haven't had a cake in years since I quit sugar, more or less. I miss teenagers. That's fair. That is fair. I will admit something. I am very, very much a sugar addict. I love sugar. I love sweets and I love cakes. I tried giving them up. I think it was early 2020. And then it was just not good. I got really, really moody and depressed, and it was not good. So yeah. Sugar and sweets are good in moderation. You gotta make sure you moderate yourself on that, though. It's the biggest thing. And me too, but I get horrible aches and had to quit. That's fair. Always do whatever you need to for your health. Your health is more important. Because if you're not alive, you're not going to be able to enjoy things at all. So, even if you have to give up the good things to stay alive, then you got to give up the good things. It's fine. It's sadly a part of life. Neurons can only be fed with dessert. With sugar, dessert every now and then won't kill you, especially if you exercise enough. That is true. It's always good to monitor your sugar intake. And to be fair, though, I'm also coming from a family that has a long line of diabetes, so I'm very much like a keeping my sugar in check kind of thing. I need to get better with it. Otherwise, by the time I am 30, I am going to have not stage 2, type 2 diabetes probably. I'm getting eaten by the bed. Oh no. You just force yourself to eat the fruit. Fruit is a great option. I absolutely love fruit. I hate plums and apples and oranges and grapes. How do you hate grapes? Okay, which type of grapes are you talking about hating? Is it both red and white grapes? Or do you specifically not like grapes in general? I'm so confused by that. I can understand plums. And I can kind of understand oranges. When growing up, I didn't like oranges. But apples and grapes? Two staple fruits? Have you ever had crystal sugar mixed with egg whites? It's delicious. I'll think about it. I can't do that in America. Our eggs are not supposed to be eaten raw in America, is the problem. All fruits with the exception of nectarines and pineapple. Pineapple is good. I'm not gonna lie. If you give me a whole, like, quart container of pineapple, I could eat it in one sitting. It wouldn't be good for me, but I could eat it in one sitting. It is delicious. I love pineapple. Cut me up some pineapple and I'm like, oh. Oh, pineapple's good. Oh, yeah. Let me think here. Been on food for quite a bit. Why? Hold up. Eggs in America can't be eaten raw? What do they do to the poor chickens? So... Oh my god, Laika, have you seen any insane American fair foods? Oh my god, insane American fair foods. I'm gonna get right back to that one, because I have a lot of good stories about insane American ones. Eggs in America can't be eaten raw, because other countries will process them more. So it's a weird thing where, it's some kind of weird thing with the way that, I don't know, actually. To be honest, I don't know. I think it has to do with some way of where, the way America preps its eggs to be sent out. I believe it's because we bleach our eggs. Because Americans like white eggs and not, any other color of eggs, which is really stupid. But, I think that's why. As for the insane fair foods. Oh boy, I got some stories here. I've got some stories. I really like going to county fairs. I love going to our county fair every summer and, like, seeing the animals that the, local clubs have. Eggshell color literally means nothing. No, that's my point. Americans are stupid. As an American, Americans are stupid. But, I've seen a lot of fair foods. My favorite fair food is, basically a mozzarella stick on a stick. It's called a cheese sizzle where I'm from, where it's literally just a big block of cheese coated and deep fried. And you just eat it off the stick. The only problem is you have to find a good place for it, otherwise they're just gonna dip it in the same, like, sweet batter that, like, funnel cakes are made out of, and it's disgusting. Or they'll dip it in, like, corn dog batter, and it's disgusting. You have to actually get someone who coats it in the breadcrumbs and then does it, because you gotta make sure it's savory. But yeah, it's so good. Raw cookie dough, we just eat raw cookie dough. So they actually do just sell raw cookie dough now in the freezer aisle with, like, the, they sell it in the cookie aisle, and they also sell, like, edible cookie dough is what they call it. Because it's cookie dough that doesn't have any of the things that could cause, like, illness in it. Because they use, like, substitutes. Like, it doesn't include the eggs. And they sell that alongside ice cream. So that's just a normal thing in America. But when you brought up fair foods and raw cookie dough, It reminded me of a few different things. In America, we have what are called deep-fried Oreos, which are exactly what they sound like. There are stalls that will deep-fry Oreos and sell them to you on a stick. And they're it's eh. It's just it's adding more moisture to like the cookie part, and it makes the cookie a little wet, which is not really good texturally, but the outside still remains like crisp. So it's like a weird balancing act where it's just changing where the actual ratio of the thing. It's really weird. Does America even have skinny people? Surprisingly, yes. Okay, so here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing that as an American, I get to tell other people that are like visiting America. Surprisingly, there's a few misconceptions that places have. I'm gonna talk about this, especially the UK for some reason. So first of all, you know those giant bags of chips that you see, like the big ones? They're typically called family pack or party pack. They're made to be brought to social gatherings or to be kept in the family home. And you're not supposed to eat the whole bag in one sitting. So I'm gonna clear up that misconception first of all. Second of all, fair foods aren't like a commonly eaten thing. It's a thing you would eat like once a year. You should only eat that once a year. You should only go like eat fair food once a year. I reserve it for like our local fair that we have, which is actually coming up pretty soon. I have to talk to a friend to see if they're going this year, and I might go with them. But yeah, it's not a thing that you would commonly eat. What else? What are some other interesting things? What are some other weird misconceptions that British and American people have about food? Surprisingly, America does have skinny people, though. America does have some very skinny people. Because the biggest point, and this is the biggest thing I can say, is to moderate the amount of food that you're eating and counterbalancing it with exercise. So, like, if you're going to a fair one day, you're going to be walking a lot that day, and you're still going to have to do extra exercises that week because of that. Only in America I've seen the shopping cart obese people. Okay. Other misconception. They're not supposed to be just for obese people. You're actually supposed to be only allowed to use it if you have some kind of mobile disability. For example, they're an option specifically for people that are in wheelchairs. Or, like, for example, my grandmother has MS, which is why she uses the push carts. It's because she has multiple sclerosis and her joints are actively, like, deteriorating. That's the reason they have those push carts. A lot of people who are overweight do use them. To be fair, though, as well, it's also because of their weight, they're starting to get some extraordinary health issues. It's a whole thing. But, like, the biggest thing. Sorry, eating a strawberry. The biggest thing is to just... What's the word I'm looking for? What are the words? There's not much we can do about it other than making healthier foods accessible to people in low-income areas. I really want to ask a person in America. Online Walmart shows potato prices at like 50 cents per tomato. What is the real price? It depends on the store. That entirely depends on the store. So here's a little fun thing for all the non-American viewers. Something a little fucked up in America. Because it's okay. So it's in any capitalistic country, different stores are going to sell the same thing for different prices, which is a part of a thing. But surprisingly in America, the amount of actual, like, I'm probably not the best person to be asking about this because I cannot articulate myself. Also, my brain is fried, so like, they've battered my brain, put it on a stick, fried it, and then sold it at a fair, and that's why my brain is. That's how fried my brain is. Is that somebody's eating it while walking around a carnival and trying to win a stuffed animal for their girlfriend in a ring toss. But it depends on the store, and it depends on where you are in the America. So, like, for example, if you're out in California and any of those, like, desert states, New Mexico, let's see, there's New Mexico down there, there's Arizona down there, the deserts. Things are going to be a lot more expensive than if you were, let's say, in farm country, middle America, like, we'll say around Kentucky, we'll say, like, maybe Indiana, we'll say Tennessee, even. Georgia, it's probably another good one. It's all dependent because different places will have different, like, the prices differ a lot depending on what is available in the region and how much it costs to ship it across the region. Moving to it, what the fuck? I do not know what that is. I do not know what that says. You're gonna have to be more specific there. But, it really depends. Like, California, the prices are exorbitantly high. There is exorbitantly high prices in California. But in like, smaller states that are more prone to farming, you'll probably see more of, like, the tomatoes and stuff like that being cheaper. Like, for example, another one that I know just off the top of my head is Maine and Maryland. Maine and Maryland, it's very, very cheap to get seafood. It's very, very cheap to get things like lobster and crab and different types of fish. But let's say you're in, like, Texas, well, I'm not going to say Texas, like Oklahoma, North or South Dakota, where it's harder to get some of those kinds of foods, so they're going to definitely cost more. It really just depends on where you are. Another thing that probably is good to point out is that America is very, very climate diverse. So, whereas you have Europe, it's a lot of countries in a small amount of land. Like, for example, it's one of the things I find interesting. Like, I've been talking to a few of my friends that are German. And for them to get, like, from northern Germany to, like, the south part of Germany, like, Belgium area, it only takes them, like, 1, maybe 2 hours at max. I think the most I've heard is, like, 4, but that's taking a bunch of different trains and everything. 1 hour from where, let's say 1 hour outside of New York, you're getting only into, like, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, or Virginia. Like, America is big. Like, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up so I can, like, give a better description of the size of this. So, I'm gonna grab this real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to see European Americans. I want to see Europe compared to America. Europe compared to America size. Like, if we're really going to compare the two of them, I'll grab a couple of maps just in case. I'll do a couple of maps, and then I'll bring up a little chart on this. Dude, America is huge, gigantic even. Hello, Lone. Welcome to the stream. But, yeah, let me just show this. Okay. Add image, browse, downloads. Like, you could put half the size of Europe. You could put half of Europe into America and still have, like, a shit ton of states. It's like twice the size. Twice, if not 3 times the size, and that's the entire EU. That's basically the entirety of Europe. Basically, the entirety of Europe you can fit into America, like, twice. And that's not even counting Alaska or American territories like Puerto Rico. Look what they have to do to mimic our size. Let's check my state sizes. My country is only as large as Tennessee. Exactly. So America is very, very big, which is why you get a lot of different, like, for example, people, like, California has such a vastly different tax bracket than, let's say, what's another funny state? New York. Well, nah, that's less of a good comparison. New York is also really expensive. We'll compare it to West Virginia. Why not? West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Take Me Home, Country Roads, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But those are 2 extremely different tax brackets with extremely different, like, industries that live there and extremely different. It's so different. They're also extremely different sizes. So even if you want to compare, like, let's say, what are two that are around the same size? I'm trying to think of some that are around the same size. Like Georgia. Georgia is very, very heavy for agriculture. There's a lot of agriculture in there. Georgia's got a lot of, like, movie sets that are going up there and being built and used. They got a good mix of, like, actual traditional, like, forests and swampland and all that kind of stuff. They're also on the main coast. But if you compare that to, let's say, what's around the same size and kind of near there? Hold on, let me look at a map. Let me look at a map here so I could kind of think. Okay, something that's close but still distant enough away is, like, Missouri, I'll say. Missouri's landlocked. There's not a lot of, like, it's got kind of a little bit of agriculture, but not a lot. It's kind of starting, starting towards, like, the main, like, plains, central plains of America. So they might not have, like, it mainly might be, like, oil out there. That's going to be 2 very different, like, types of living. It is pretty much true. America has 50 different countries in a trench coat. Basically, that's how a lot of people are wanting it to be. Is that we're all the United States. But we're each, like, a different country, which is really, really weird. When you live HI or FL? What do you mean HI or FL? Do you mean Hawaii or Florida? Because neither. Like, I'd tell you guys what actual state I live in. I wouldn't say the actual state I live in. Even if I did, you guys wouldn't believe me. I love Alaska. Please get me to Alaska. Alaska gets 40 days of winter, and they're also technically the largest state. Even if Texas tries to claim it, Alaska's fucking huge. They're also the closest country to Russia. And, to be honest, I do agree. Alaska's pretty cool. Sorry, eating some cake. Still wouldn't want to live in America, though. Listen, I feel like every place to live is kind of fucked up in its own weird, twisted way. Everywhere is fucked up to live in its own twisted way. Rumors has it the Russians sold Alaska to the US for a gallon of vodka. Oh my god, if that actually is the lore of Alaska, I'm gonna laugh. But, I don't know about that one. I like Montana. Montana is really pretty. Montana is cool. Alaska is huge. But you know where else is huge? The slice of cake I'm about to yoink into the YouTube chat. Please. No. Stop fighting over who's getting more cake. I actually think you guys are all actually even right now. Hold on. It's not showing me. Hold on. Sources. There? Yes, okay, there we go. Now I should be able to see. Which of you guys is doing better? You're both equal right now. There's 8 of you on both. So unless you gotta unless somebody on either platform decides to share this with a bunch of friends on that platform, then you guys are landlocked right now. There's nothing I can do about that. Which state had marshes? I love marshes. There's a lot of states with marshes. Florida has a lot of swamplands. They actually have the wetlands. Louisiana has a lot of bogs. Alabama has a lot of bogs and swamps. There's a lot of different places. A lot of different places with a lot of different things. But like that kind of area. The South has a lot of marshes and bogs and wetlands. It's very, very interesting. Oh, sorry, itching my ear. My ears have been acting up a lot recently. Nothing feels better than cleaning your ears, man. I love cleaning my ears. I know I'm not supposed to use Q-tips to do it, but I love using Q-tips to clean my ears. You know, just... You really gave me the... Oh. Really gave me the... Oh. I use a thing on Amazon. That's fair. I've been wanting to get something like a reusable one because I go through a lot of cotton swabs, but also I'm like, I don't have the money. Is there a state where people hate people from most? Oh my god. No. No, you just get... Yes and... Yesn't. Everybody hates Californians. Almost everybody hates Californians. I don't know why. Every Californian that I've met's really, really funny. But, Californians. A lot of people don't like New Yorkers. A lot of people think New York... Well, I wouldn't say they don't like New Yorkers. I'd say that New York thinks they're better than everyone else. So that's a start. Nobody likes Florida, really. Even Florida... Even everyone that I've met who is also from... Everyone I've met who is from Florida also hates Florida. I shouldn't do that. I'm clipping into the seat. But yeah. Every Floridian hates every other state and themselves. Texans have a lot of state pride. West Virginians have a lot of state pride. Ohioans used to have a lot of state pride, and then their state became a meme. Let's see. Kentucky is meh. Trying to think of all the places I've been. North and South Carolinians are really, really chill. California, the king of influencers, pretty much, yeah. Although a lot of them are starting to flock to New York now, is what I've noticed. A lot of influencers are starting to flock to New York for some reason. Creators, for some reason, flock between... There's like 3 sectors of creators. There's LA, there's Texas, and there's 4. There's 4, actually. It's California, Texas, Georgia, New York are the big ones that I've seen. Even then, a lot of the influencers are starting to move more like Florida, Georgia area. But yeah, that's pretty much... And Ohio. Ohio has a lot of them. Did you know that MatPat and Markiplier are both from Ohio? I think that's really funny. And with everyone saying that it's hell, I think both of them are antichrists. No, I love MatPat and Markiplier. They're both great. They're both great. But yeah. The other funny thing is that Matt Platt now, I believe, has outwardly stated that they're living in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where I have family in North Carolina. So there is a very slim chance that because my aunt and uncle also have a kid that is around 5 or 6, which is around the same age that Matthew Patrick and Stephanie Patrick's kid, Ollie Patrick, is. Pretty sure Markiplier is born in Hawaii. I think it was born in Hawaii, but his family, like, he talks about in the Firewatch episodes. Hang on. In the Firewatch episodes, he talks specifically about growing up near the Great Lakes area, and specifically in Ohio. Specifically near the Cuyahoga River. And the forest around the Cuyahoga River. I miss Matt Pat. I miss Matt Pat too. Matt Pat is goated. But yeah, there's a small chance that my cousins out there might know Matt. Let's watch this. No, we're not gonna watch another. Listen. I haven't stooped to the low react content yet, and I'm not going to. Listen, I get this. People like watching people react to certain things. I don't want to be one of those creators. I think it's not for me. We got a note where Master Zero reading with a party of 2. Hello. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Laika Cream, the ferret of them all. I am a feral ferret plushie VTuber. How was your stream, Zero? What were you doing? What were you playing? Hi, how's it going? It's going great. I'm having lots of fun here. It is going great. What were you playing? Hey, yo, we hype. We getting hype. But yeah. Please take the time to look through everything. Welcome in. I think my alerts are kind of fudged right now. So that might be why that didn't pop up. I'm playing Grand Blue Versus. I did a ranked, but it ended early because I started to feel a bit lightheaded. Ooh! That's no good. I hope you feel better soon. I know what it's like to get lightheaded. Growing up, I had I actually had a fainting disorder called vasovagal. And the way I describe it to people is like a nuclear reactor. If my body got overheated, it just dropped straight to the ground. It was really funny. But would you hate less, doing pool Amaranth streams or gambling streams? Depends. It depends. I'd say the pool streams. At least then, like, I could still be a VTuber and do them. This is also needs the context of, would it be a VTuber? Would I still be a VTuber in either of those situations? But also, gambling and promoting gambling to children is a big yikes. So, no. I'd rather do the pool streams either way, actually, because, you know, promoting gambling to children is not good. You came at a lovely time, Mask. We're having a lot of fun right now. But yeah, I hope you get well. Get some rest. Have a good rest of your day. And Raiders, welcome into this. It's a silly day. It's a silly day. But yeah, to answer the question again for Spectra, doing pool streams or gambling streams, at least pool streams, I can make some fun gags out of it. And also wouldn't be promoting gambling to children. I'm gonna get some water and be lurking. Okay, have some fun. Have fun getting water. Get some good hydration. Hydrate or dihydrate, as they say. But yeah. The pool streams, you can get some funny gags in there. And, like, you never said I had to be, like, in a bikini doing the streams. I could just be fully clothed, sitting in a pool and just being stupid, which is definitely something I would do. Plus, I've done beach streams, I should say. I have put my avatar in a beach outfit on the beach at the beginning of summer. It was fun. I like it. It's so silly. But yeah. I think both of those, but yeah. Be a whole scuba diver outfit. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, we pull out the whole the whole surfer outfit, like the full surfer wetsuit, and then do the funny. It'd be funny. Well, there's a funny story that I heard from a good friend of mine who went out, they went to scuba dive with their family. And they were like, the weirdest thing happened, and it was really, really funny. And it was basically, the diver instructor looked them straight in the eyes and was like, whatever you do, don't pee in the wetsuit, because it will just stay on your body and it'll be a hassle to clean up, and then you're gonna smell like piss for the rest of the day. And they were like, what the fuck? And I'm like, with that amount of malice, it had to have happened before. It had to have happened. I checked Twitch the other day. Big mistake. All I saw on the front page was chicks licking microphones. Yeah, fair. Hey, whatever gets that bag, that's what I say. I do ASMR streams occasionally, but I haven't done anything like licking the microphone. I've done eating soup, but that was a Kofi only special kind of thing. Whatever works for the person. I mean, like, hey, if you have to only be licking and sucking on a microphone in a bikini all day, and that's how you make your money, you can do that. I will try doing my best to do what I do and making it happy and finding my own niche, you know? I ain't gonna judge them for it too harshly. I'm mainly gonna judge them for, why are you doing this on Twitch when you could be doing it on other cam sites? There are other sites that would be better suited, but you know, I can respect the hustle. There's a place for it. I don't think that place is Twitch, but you know. To be honest, okay, I've been wondering if I should bring this up. So, I'm gonna bring this up. I really, really like the way that specifically VLure has been doing it. So, I've been, keeping tabs on their talents, because that was another agency that I was really, really, interested in, not from a I want to be in that industry, in that agency standpoint, but from a, I'm interested in how they're gonna work this business model. How are they gonna do this? As you know, I'm a ferret. I like businesses. I like learning. So I was like, okay, how are they gonna do this? And I really like the way they did that, where they have very, normal... They have normal streams, and then they each all have a separate NSFW account, and a separate, I think all of them have a Patreon, I think? Or, some other membership service that they specifically go to for that kind of content. And I really, really like that. It allows you to be a fan and watch their streams, but also not have, a lot of the weird sexual undertone stuff. And if you want to avoid the stuff, you can, just by not following that, specific side of their socials and not subscribing to that thing. I really, really like that. I think the way they did it is really tasteful and good. But it's very, very interesting, in my opinion. I really, really like when companies are willing to take that chance and do something that's really out of the ordinary and figure out a way to make it work. I think it's the coolest thing that a company can do. If you can do something unique and have it work, and work in a good way, then you will always have my respect. I think if they did something really tacky and made all of them only stream on camgirl sites, that would have been a bit more finicky. But no, they actually are like, hey, do YouTube stuff like shorts and other funny things like that. Actually be VTubers, and then the NSFW stuff is just on the side. It's really cool. I like it. My headset died. Oof. That's a big oof. Make sure you charge your headset. This is a reminder to everybody. If you need to charge your headset, your phone, your tablet, whatever you need to charge, make sure it's on the charger. This is your friendly reminder from the friendly Laika cream. Go make sure your shit's plugged in. Other than that, what else? What else we got here? But yeah. Make sure you're plugging in your headsets. I'm actually going to plug in my headset now that I'm thinking about it. I'm close enough to my PC. I'm close enough to my PC where I can plug my headset in. Hold on. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? Holes on the other side. I have to take them off and flip them. Hold on. We flippa. Right into the headset. Okay. We got there. We're in the headset now. It's all plugged in. It's all good. But yeah. What else we got? What other fun things? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's been on my mind. But yeah. Content-wise, I've been trying to think of some new content stuff to do, but it's like I'm a little in between projects right now. I got one that I've been working on, but I'm like, I'm in between on it. I got a supposedly upgraded version of my old headset, but the only thing that got upgraded was the battery drain. Oof. Big oof. This is why I have a big thing where every time you get a headset, I try and count how long it's been used for and then figure that out. So my headset that I currently have has been almost a year. At Christmas time, it'll be a year. Sorry, had to take a sippy sip. But yeah. It makes sense. I always just say headsets are one of those things where it's better to just replace it than try and get it fixed. There are some technology that it's better to just get a new one than get them fixed. For example, headset is one of them. Keyboard, one of them. Mouse, one of them. It's probably going to be just cheaper to buy a new one than to fix it. With that said, some other things are not, which is, specifically, like, handheld gaming consoles like Switches, PC computers. I think it's better to try and repair those before needing to invest in a new one. Anything like that. That's probably the best advice I can give on that. Like a Korean, what's your favorite sci-fi thing? Ooh. See, here's the thing. I'm really in between on sci-fi. I'm really, really picky with my science fiction. If it's science fiction, I have to really like it. So, like, for example, you have, like, your minor sci-fi, which is, like, SAO, which I'm kind of, The later seasons, like Alicization, were better than the early seasons. I will admit that. Still not kind of my favorite. You got your stuff that follows the hero's journey, and it's, like, kind of fantasy meets sci-fi, which is, like, Star Wars. And then you got, like, your full-blown, pure sci-fi, which is, like, Star Trek. I personally really like Star Trek. Lol, what the fuck, I hate Alicization. I don't want to get into Sword Art Online right now, man. I still haven't finished War of Underworld. I'm behind. I'm so behind, and I don't want to have to argue about it. I don't want to argue about it right now. But I actually really liked Alicization. But to be fair, that's just because I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And his... yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! The popular character from Sword Art Online. Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I really like his character arc. So, like, that might be why. I prefer his character arc in that over the character arc in the original couple of seasons. And that's my opinion. But sci-fi, I really like Star Trek. I really like the original Star Trek. I like Next Generation. I like the original series with Captain Kirk and Spock, and I really, really like, Next Generation. I think it's Next Generation? I might be wrong. The one with Jean-Luc Picard, who is played by the same person that plays Charles Xavier. I'm flaking on the name right now because my brain is numb. Data, who is literally just me. Have you seen silent films? I love films from the 1920s. I haven't seen any silent films yet. I would like to go back and try and research into stuff like that. I just haven't been able to. I know I had to do a small presentation on horror that was silent films from the early 1920s and their impact on horror as a genre. But that's all that I know from it. My sinuses are... Whew. What else we got? But yeah, I like Next Generation from Star Trek. It's very, very nice. I used to watch it with my... I used to watch it with Crazy Grandma Cream a lot. She really, really liked it. One that I don't like as much, but I've still watched and kind of enjoyed. When I was younger, I enjoyed it more than I do now, just because I haven't seen it in a while. Babylon 5 was also really, really interesting. Although, it kind of got a little bit into being kind of hero worship-y, so I'm like, eh. It's like a good middle ground between Star Wars and Star Trek is Babylon 5. But I just prefer Star Trek, specifically Next Generation. I like the characters. I like a lot of the shenanigans that, like, Q got up to. Q, who's played by John Delancey. I love him. He's so funny. So silly. Fun fact. I know the start of Star Trek because of Leonard and Sheldon. I also was actually a pretty big fan of The Big Bang Theory when I was younger. Nowadays, I'm like, take it or leave it. But, yeah. I also, like, okay, one of my favorite from Next Generation, another fun fact that I can give you guys. Q, who played, John Delancey, who played Q in Star Trek The Next Generation, also is the voice of Discord from My Little Pony. Season 4. Or Generation 4, I should say. But, yeah, it's a funny little through line there, and it's silly, and I like it. They cast that role so well. But yeah. Other sci-fi that I'm into. Let me think. I have to search in the old noggin. Superheroes can kind of be classified as sci-fi, I guess. So I could kind of start going into my superheroes that I like. I really, really like Spider-Man. Did I hear My Little Pony? Oh my god. Dude, when I was growing up, I loved My Little Pony. I fell off around season 4 because they turned Twilight into an alicorn with no justification, and I maybe just like, I don't care about this anymore. But, yeah, I used to love My Little Pony. I love the early episodes. I love the early episodes of My Little Pony. Dude, the Crystal Empire, which is the season 2... I think it's either season 2 finale or season 3 intro arc. But I really liked it. It was really good. I am a little iffy about Princess Cadence, just because I'm pretty sure she's always been an alicorn, and it was a whole thing. But, yeah, it's really, really interesting and fun. I really enjoy it. You could tell when they started just, like, we have to do things so that we can make toys. Which I'm like, no, just do story things for the character's sake. Not because we need to make merch of Twilight as a fucking alicorn. God. I'm sorry. It would have been more impactful if she had just stayed as a funny, like a normal pony. But yeah. Ooh! I have another fun fact, specifically about My Little Pony. Did you guys know that there's early episodes of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic that specifically broke the Geneva Conventions? So, a fun little rule as part of the Geneva Conventions. I'm actually going to pull this up so I can get this, like, cited correctly. It's really, really funny. It's really, really funny. Because... Hold on, let me just quickly pull up a thing. So Rule 59 of the Geneva Conventions is especially prohibited to make improper use of the distinctive badges of the Geneva Convention, which is specifically linked to what I believe is to which the symbols I'm referring to right now are the symbols of the Red Cross. So a red plus sign, like Red Cross, if you were to make that, any game that has made it a red with a cross, like a red cross, specifically breaks the Geneva Convention, or concludes it in any kind of designs, which is why you see things like Stardew Valley was one of them that had it. On My Little Pony is another one that I knew that did it, where they had to change it from a red cross to, like, for example, in Stardew, they changed it to a green cross for the medical building. And in My Little Pony, Nurse Redheart, her cutie mark was changed to be a white cross with some pink hearts around it, when it used to be a red cross with some pink hearts around it. It's really, really interesting. But yeah, displaying imagery of the Red Cross is breaking, I believe, Rule 59 of the Geneva Conventions. So yeah, technically, My Little Pony and the creators of Stardew Valley for a little bit were technically war criminals. Isn't always the Swiss, isn't it? No. It's really, really funny, in my opinion. It's such a weird, like, law. I can get why they pass it. It's so you can't put, like, a mustard gas bomb into a medical box. Like, that specifically is, like, a really bad thing that someone could do. Or, like, you could just do what the Canadians did, which was, rig grenades into food cans and then throw them across enemy lines. So they think that you're trying to make peace, when really you're just throwing them a canned goods that are full of grenade. Actual thing that the Canadians did, by the way. Canadians are the biggest proprietors of war crimes, but we're not going to talk about that one. I think that sounds yummy. I love Monster on Glizzies. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. But yeah, it's really fucked up. But that's the reason why. And plus, you can't just make it look like it's a, you can't just make something look like a medical facility when really it's like a honeypot for the enemy line. So, to prevent that, they have that law in place. And if you break that law, you're technically a war criminal. But it's so funny. It's so funny. It's understandable why it's there, but in practice, it's so hilarious because you see, like, all of these game companies are, like, game companies and media companies scrambling because they accidentally put a green cross in something. Canadians don't have Geneva Conventions. They have a Geneva to-do list. As somebody who knows many Canadians, yes, it is a to-do list for them, not a convention, not to-do list. And also, hello, Car, welcome to stream. Yeah, it's really, really, really funny, in my opinion. Chat, I'm gonna have to take a small little BRB. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I have to just step away for a sec. We are... Oh no, we're dropping frames. What caused us to drop frames? The hell? Okay, I have to check stream health. Hold on. Okay, so it's still up here. We just had a couple of dropped frames for some reason. I don't know why. I have no clue why it did this. I have no clue what's going on. I don't know why it almost dropped for stream, but we are back. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. We are back. It's lagging more than my little brother's brain. It's lagging more than my brain is. Hold on. Hopefully it shouldn't be lagging anymore. We've been having this issue every so often. Where it'll disconnect and reconnect me for stream. I don't know why it's doing this. Is it back? Is it all back on? Hello? 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 Are we back on? Is this thing working? Hello? Are we buffering? Are we good? I think we're good, so we're just gonna continue talking. Yeah, my internet's been doing this every so often. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to talk to the internet company about it again. No, all I see is TV static. Ooh. Shh. I'm so sorry. Shh. Nice funny, Spectrum. Very funny. But, yeah, we are currently here, and I'm currently doing the sillies. Let's go. We doing the extra silly. Okay, I need to stop. I'm being extra cringe today. I'm cringe, but I'm free, they say. Cringe, but free. I am cringe, but I am free. And it makes me so happy to see you all. That was Erin. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be... Ooh, burping a little. I got little burpees. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Could be worse. I could have hit you guys with a squeaky toy. First of all, I should probably actually mention that is just my voice. I can just... It's just a noise that comes out of my throat. It's really weird. I don't know why I can do it. But I can, and it's silly. Delicious. Delicious apple juice. And apple cider. I mix apple juice and apple cider because it makes it less stingy. Tank numbers. Oh, it sounds like a bike alarm thing. Yeah. You actually have a rubber chicken next to your mic, don't you? Because it sounds too perfect. No, I don't. It's literally just out of my mouth. See? Just my mouth. See? Just my mouth. See? See? It's just my mouth. It's a silly little thing I learned that I can do. I use it to mess with the... Now please rub forks on a plate! Dude, doing an anti-ASMR would be so fun. Doing a funny anti-ASMR where I do everything I can to make you guys, like, wince in pain with your ears would be so good. It'd be so funny. It'd be a tee-hee funny stream. Who left the noisemaker next to the ferret? She swallowed it. I did not swallow the voice maker. I didn't swallow the noise box. I am the noise box. words. My street name is the Noise Box. No! Why did I say that out loud? Do I play an instrument? No, I sing. I sing, but actually, I do play an instrument. But I don't have access to my instruments that I play. Because multiple instruments. I, in middle school, was the head member of a chime ensemble. I played bells. I used to be able to do the dong, dong, dong. Like the funny little chime bells. If you were an American in the early 2000s, you probably were forced to learn how to play a chime bell. I used to be an entire choir of them with just my hands. It was silly. Ever seen that one spider ASMR? He puts the grater up to the mic and then rubs a chain on it? Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. That, I would love to do an anti-ASMR like that someday, but you guys would fucking hate it. I'm keeping that in my back pocket for a prank stream. I've been wanting to do a few, like, really, really silly, stupid streams. But the big thing is I want to tell you guys about stuff before I do it. Like, I really want to tell you guys before I do stuff, so I don't accidentally, like, hurt anyone. I don't want to accidentally do the silly and hurt somebody because I, like, had a thing up to an ASMR thing up to the thing and then it hurts their ears. So yeah. Bum 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 bum. Anywho's, today might be one of those days where we end early. I'm getting extremely tired. I've had a wall of just sleepy hit over me. Epileptic stream, did I fall over? No, I would never do that. If there's ever gonna be a flashing light morning, I always give a flashing light. What is your opinion on the age of navigation? What does that mean? What does that mean? What's the definition of that? I am so confused. I am very, very confused, and I don't know what's going on now. Eepy Laika, have some good eeps then? Yeah, I'll probably get some good eeps. I'm gonna get some eeps in. Gonna get some eeps in. Probably soon. We got a little bit more. A little bit longer. I got a little bit longer in me. We'll go at least until it hits 8 p.m. my time. Have dreams full of cake and pumpkin pie. Yes. Oh, I love pumpkin pie. I want pumpkin pie so bad. I want pumpkin pie so bad. I love pumpkin pie. It's so tasty, so delicious. Roughly 16th century when every country in Europe set to conquer the New World. I mean, we all had to get somewhere somehow, but like, not as PogChamp of a way they could have done it. They could have done it in a more PogChamp way. Stupid. I'm being stupid again. It's fine. Like, if you had to choose, would you swim the Pacific Ocean or in a canoe? That wouldn't be swimming, that would be riding a boat. Or climb Mount Everest. Using a canoe to set out across the Pacific Ocean. Because if I hit Hawaii, I can take a break. I could take a break in Hawaii for an extended period of time. The sailing part, at least? Exactly. I'm playing MMO themed like it. The sailing part, at least. Oh! Europeans arriving to America. Vietnam War flashbacks. It's that one, song from Poppy Playtime that always gets used in the memes. Just the... What is... Hold on. I'm gonna find that song so we can play it. I'm actually gonna do some funnies. What's the song? I'm gonna find that song. Hold on. Let's look at the song. No, not that. Not that. This, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly turn this down. Turn this up. It's not this song. Hold on. I just don't think it's the... Oh, no, it is. Very softly in the background. Hold on. There it is. There's a song. I'm also gonna tab out of that screen because I don't like the way Catnap is staring at me. So just like take a quarter of this chocolate. What do they go in return? It wasn't that song. Hold on, it's the other one. Okay, let me look. It's from it might be from chapter 1. Hold on. Hold on, let me look. Papa Jam actually legit. It looks childish, but maybe it's alright. The first chapters were very, very, off-putting. But, the first couple were off-putting a bit, I will say. But they honed it in for, number 3. Chapter 3 out immediately. Oh my god. Okay. Am I back on? Am I back on? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to fully go back up. Hold on. To answer, chapter 3 is very gory. Chapter 3 has a big gore section in it. It's not as gory as, let's say, what's one of them? It's not as gory as, like, something like Terrifier is, but it is pretty gory in chapter 3. The first 2 chapters don't have as much, but chapter 3, they go ham on the gore. I will say, though, their horror designs, at least everything before Catnap, is very, very, like... Okay, so to review Poppy Playtime, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'll say, is that Chapter 1 was an interesting premise. Chapter 2 was a little bit mid, and was a little more tedious. Chapter 3 hits it out of the park, and, like, into a home run. And we're just waiting for Chapter 4 and 5. If there is a Chapter 5, I think there might only be a Chapter 4, though. But, yeah. It's very, very interesting. The only complaint is that some of the designs are a little weird. Like, for example, like, the designs look a little too uncanny to be actual children's toys, but not uncanny and horrifying enough to be, mascot horror characters. Catnap fits the mascot horror more than he does the, like, children's play friend. So it's a hit or miss. It's got its strong suits, it's got its negative points. Because stream also crashed already for a little bit, I'm going to be just ending stream today. My computer is telling me it's time to go. It's time to stop. We need to stop. So, yeah, we're gonna be ending stream today, and thank you all for watching. I had a very fun time today. I hope you all did too. I'm sorry to be rushing an end on this, but my computer is actively yelling at me, so I gotta go. Anyways, y'all have a very wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna ignore that Spectra, and goodbye. Have a very wonderful rest of your day, and bye-byes. Bye-byes, 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 bye-byes.